as fog corrupts the land. You are Flameborn, the last ember of hope to push back the Shroud. Like all heroic Flameborn, you will use your deadly sword skills to slay your enemies. That is not a sword. Okay, that's not a sword either.
Oh, come on, you can't just punch everything.
Well, however you decide to fight, Flameborn confront danger head-on. Wait, why are you sneaking around? I said head-on. Okay, fine. Do it your way. But undoubtedly, all Flameborn are masters of building epic castles to show it.
Oh, where's the castle? You're meant to be building an epic castle, not a hole in the ground. Although, that is nice.
Okay, so you can build whatever you like. Where was I? Yes, Flameborn are explorers who glide over land and sea. Okay, then Flameborn are explorers who grapple over land and sea. Ah, now you're gliding. I see. Okay, you're just doing whatever you want. Where are you going? No, not into the Shroud. No way. You're not ready for this, boss. He'll squash you. But what's going on here? There's more of you now? Oh, so you're teaming up. I see. You're all against me. Fine. Play however you want. It's your game.
This part of Pioneer is an adventure game with minimum MMO elements. We put a lot of efforts in our level design and use the best practices of narrative in dialogues. Moreover, we've created a special game mode where other players cannot interfere with you or your party playing. Oh yes, quests can be completed single-handedly or with friends. You can even have a dialogue with an NPC as a party. Explore the regions and gather info about the world and its mysterious past. Rest in any of the settlements, spending time in bars or playing mini-games. Trade for resources and try to gather as much as you can. Pioneer has progression levels, and after each level up, you get one skill point to spend on upgrading your character. This can make playing easier, but without creating builds, you won't have that big of an advantage on the battlefield. Yes, your armor and weapons itself are quite more important. Upgrading and efficiently using your equipment is what actually shows your progress through the game.
Чёрт, выпендривались? Нечего было выёживаться.
Just like certain monster slayer, a skillful character in Pioneer needs two guns, one for killing monsters and another for punishing teammates or, rarely, other players. You can enhance your weapons or modify your equipment on the workbench, but every step of it consumes resources. Weapons can be modified more comprehensively by upgrading a submachine gun to a machine gun, for example, or by just adding modules which increase your weapon stats on the move. Upgrading the most interesting and powerful equipment demands unique blueprints and resources. And that's the catch. The rarest of the loot can be found only on the right part of the island. The right part of the Pioneer Island consists of two regions, the Midlands and Shadowlands. These territories are home to PvPvE zones and clan wars. The gameplay here feels more like survival. Another player encountered here is likely to be an enemy, and the local creatures are decidedly more dangerous and ferocious. These two regions lack quests and are much less forgivable with regard to the players. You can lose all the resources you've spent time and effort gathering. At the same time, your death in a regular PvE zone will cost you just some polish on your equipment and a little bit of your pride.
game. Nail my driving test.
Hey, custom.
Misspelled my ex-girlfriend's name on the tattoo on my chest. 'Cause I can't do nothing right, and I can't sing to get along.
Come on, go game.
Yeah, I begged to fight with the boxer. Scratched her name till tall. Gave a heart attack to the doctor. And lost my mama's dog. All hold me to the shallow end, and I'm sure to die right in. 'Cause I can't do nothing right, and I can't sing to get along.
I do too, Golden.
Today me trio, I forgotten what it looks like.
Ja, well.
On the other side of wrong.
Rimmergana måste le. Burnout, Turkey Himbocast.
Vamos, Badro.
'Cause I can't do nothing right, and I can't sing to get along.
Choose the one you like best.
I've forgotten what it looks like on the other side of wrong. Yes, I've forgotten what it looks like on the other side of wrong.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of the new action-adventure game FEROCIOUS. I began working on FEROCIOUS a few years ago, with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder. We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time, that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and its unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person shooter mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. We use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However, there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for. So we had to improvise.
My dad tells stories of a terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over. All that I know from their Earth are the creatures they sent along with us. And here on Arat, every day is a fight to survive. But if anyone can tame this new world, we can.
You got my attention, baby. I can't make a move. Like a child, a star for love. I stay there, I cry a river of tears that flows to the sea. Baby, if you run away, baby, if you leave, I'm so in love with you, girl. Make me feel brand new. Come on.
medicine. With the world falling apart like it is, I don't have much hope.
Son, there's always hope. You just have to know where to look.
Hand over your stuff!
Hey there, fellow survivors. I'm Jeff, and I'm the lead developer behind As One We Survive, a top-down post-apocalyptic survival game. It offers a unique combination of survival and community management mechanics. Let's talk about survival. Properly managing your character's vitals is key for success. Hunger, thirst, temperature, and fatigue. We feature a full day-night cycle and dynamic weather system that changes the ambient temperature every hour. At night, the world becomes much colder. You'll need to find shelter or a heat source to avoid freezing. Scavenge abandoned buildings for food, drink, medicine, and tools to keep you alive. Tools allow you to harvest resources in the world. There are two categories of resources, natural and reclaimed. Using this knife, I can cut these curtains into rags for raw bandages or crafting material. Let's talk about crafting. My goal as a designer was to simplify the crafting process in terms of ease of use without sacrificing freedom or creativity. In combat, you can take cover to avoid incoming fire or try to neutralize threats before taking damage. However, one shot, you'll suffer from the bleeding affliction, which gradually reduces your health over time unless treated. Applying a bandage will provide a small heal over time effect and stop the affliction from further draining your health. Depending on the type of bandage used, there's a chance of suffering a wound infection that require antibiotics to heal. Now that I'm bandaged up and ready to go, let's talk a bit about animals and hunting. We use a positional audio system for our animals, allowing you to track them down using sound. Here I've spawned a deer. You'll notice its ambient calls. To take down a deer, you'll need a larger caliber weapon. A regular pistol just won't cut it. Since it's getting late, let's harvest the meat and discuss campsites.
been developing Rooted for over a year now. It's a post-apocalyptic survival experience that you can enjoy both solo and multiplayer with the co-op mod available day one from the alpha. Inspired by a bleak future for our civilization, we are creating a world that is the result of a rise in violence, government repression, wars over the next 60 years, and where, in just a few weeks, the world population has been wiped out due to the use of bacteriological weapons of mass destruction. We aim to offer a truly rich environment with points of interest that tell the story of Rooted. Located halfway between a solo narrative game and an open-world PvP, the oppressive atmosphere of the remnants of the old world and the former civilization is at the heart of the game. You'll need to explore this world to ensure your survival, develop your skills to improve your equipment, and access still infected areas. All the remains of the past civilization will allow you to equip yourself, secure yourself, but also to fight. Enemies will attack you because they want your resources, your flesh, or simply because they are programmed to. The alpha is not at all representative of the final result of the game. We offer it this early out of respect for the founders who founded the game via Kickstarter and our website, and to get feedback as quickly as possible on the core features of the game in order to have the most stable foundations possible for the future. Rooted is a game using the latest technologies of the Unreal Engine 5 and fully utilizes the different features of the engine to create a rich experience for this type of game. We know that the game is going to be very demanding for many players at this time. As such, the alpha will allow us to optimize the rendering to find the best quality performance ratios so that Rooted can satisfy as many players as possible. Don't be scared by the performance, rather send us tickets with detailed information. Thank you.
Every single time that a new gameplay development update video releases for this upcoming game, it just makes me excited to the bones. Not for its graphics, which a lot of people will say are not that good, not for its animations, not for its character models, but for its actual gameplay and how fun and actually terrifying it all looks. Despite its graphics and everything else that so many people keep complaining about, video games have never been about graphics at its core. Sure, it's nice to play great looking games, but it's not what makes it good, and this upcoming War of the the Worlds game shows us exactly why. With an in-depth gameplay system consisting of many survival or FPS and multiplayer elements, I feel this game can bring back a fun factor that we've lost for a while now. The game has you survive in a massive alive world invaded by aliens where you're just a random citizen like all others around you. And like the other NPCs, you're just looking to survive and will do everything in your power to be alive, whether it be stealing resources from people's houses, stealing cars, weapons, and food. You can also decide to join the army and fight back the alien invasion through massive battles on a huge scale. While if you grow tired of the single player, you can actually opt onto multiplayer where 2 game modes will be available to you, players versus player or humans versus aliens. The first online game mode throws a massive ton of players into the survival game mode to work together or against each other to survive the invasion. Players can group together and fight the machines or fight against each other for resources, cars, and the loot needed to survive in such a dangerous world. This mod will require you to stay on your toes as players will be roaming around and might be looking for what you have or the house that you live in. But of course you will need to be careful of the aliens as well, both the machines and the aliens coming out of them as well. The aliens will be extremely dangerous and agile, and they have the superiority in numbers, but you have superiority in the environment because you know this place a lot more than they do. They will come out of the machines in the later days of the invasions and explore the interior of buildings. If a machine probs your house and doesn't discover anyone in the process, the aliens will enter the building thinking that it is safe, and it gives you the opportunity to strike back if you feel brave enough. The aliens are also very aggressive and strong and can kill you very easily. Players can also threaten and kill random citizens for their goods and find what they've hidden somewhere in their houses. The second mode is multiplayer extermination. In this game mode, players can choose to play as the humans or as the invaders in a PvP experience. While having the same gameplay as the multiplayer survival, this game mode allows players to play as the invaders and cause absolute chaos on a human world, while the humans will try their best to destroy these machines through military equipment and vehicles or through what they find in the open world. The new gameplay update video, which is what you're seeing on screen, shows a ton of new improvements to the game and what the developers have been working on recently.
It's been a busy time here at RDBK Studios, and we have made some great progress over the last few months. The building system has seen some vast improvements, with the introduction of the new plaster tier and the update to the stone and brick textures. We have added a large variety of new roof meshes, as well as new doors and gates for all tiers. Work on decayed visual states has begun. Our stone exterior walls have been completed and are ready for testing. We have added new physics to our hair models, as well as adding a couple more options for people to choose from. All clothing now has a default color scheme that can be changed in your inventory. A new range of Tier 0 primitive weapons have been added. The rest of our work has been focused on our survival mode and its supporting features. Players now spawn into the safe zone. Here you can practice the combat without the fear of losing your gear, as well as buying and selling items to vendors. These will help players acquire items they have not yet unlocked through progression. Our progression system is now ready for testing with the addition of the research bench. This grants access to the tech tree. Gold ingots are used to progress through the tree. There are multiple ways that players can gain gold ingots. One of these methods are points of interest. These are scattered throughout the map. Inside, you can find barrels and crates that hold gold coins. These can either be used at vendors or smelted into ingots. Barrels can also be farmed along our new road network. Finally, a castle event has been added to the center of the map. A horn will blare, alerting you to the event beginning shortly. Inside, you will find the best loot in the game, the strongest AI, and of course, other players. Prior to the survival update, gold was used to create raiding equipment. We felt it was necessary for these to be 2 different tasks, so we now have split these into 2 resources, gold for progression and silver for raiding. Because of this change, we have added the mines. These are a long, complex tunnel system that spreads throughout the entire map. Inside is where you will farm silver for raiding. Deep in the center is the castle's dungeon. Here you will find an underground entrance to the castle event, as well as some high tier loot. AI is an area that has seen constant improvements. We now have multiple varieties of AI. each with a varying level of difficulty depending on where they are found. We have also incorporated a range of new animals to add more life to the world. We have now added the ability to invite players to your group. An in-game map has also been added. It will outline the location of the POIs as well as animal spawns and teammates. The animation overhaul has recently begun. The team is in the process of learning the skills and becoming familiar with the tools. With over 1,200 animations for our combat system alone, it will be some time before you are seeing these implemented. I am very happy to announce we are now entering into our final stage of testing, Survival Alpha. We truly can't thank you all enough for making this game a reality. Access to testing can still be acquired through our website. Sadly, we have reached our limit of testing keys on Steam. Because of this, we will now be running our tests through our own launcher until we are ready for early access.
Here's your bolt.
Why the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
Crap.
Door! Open the door! I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman.
Rup Justir, Jasawi. Tuka.
Chikuro Lakopak Garlocha Shanolo? Ologis Garlocha Shanolo Uga Olor? Jalor Impaton Alastulos. Onjashim Kubukaru Ulinkum.
Ochlitao kan at Shakro. o pangku chai earn chiari pastu giptau lakern. Bakumpa jujara.